Baltic Sea off the German coast in Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, an underwater landscape or artificial reef has been created that is unique for this region in terms of size and scientific follow-up. Under a joint project managed and coordinated by the Regional Research Institute for Agriculture and Fisheries of Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, several North German universities and institutions of research are now engaged in joint cooperation efforts. Their scientific studies are focused on the possible effects of artificial underwater structures on the fish population of local areas in the Baltic Sea, on aquaculture and on maritime tourism. In 2003, the artificial structures were installed 1.5 kilometers off the Baltic Sea resort of Riff-Nienhagen at a depth of approximately 12 meters and on a surface of 40,000 square meters, with the support of the operational program FIAF of the European Union and thanks to regional funds provided to the project. The materials used included 2,500 tons of natural stone, approximately 1,400 concrete elements, as well as various lines and netting materials. A central location of the reef area is provided with a mast, which has been designed at the Department of Marine Engineering of Rostock University for a long-term utilization in the Nienhagen Fish Habitat Protection Area. As an autonomously and continuously operating marine research station, it is used to collect measurement data and video signals and transmit them wirelessly to the 10 kilometers distant terrestrial station at Warnemünde. The video images are transmitted via radio communication in real time and are accessible on internet all over the world. Up to 9 underwater cameras ensure the systematic video-optical monitoring of a very large area of the artificial reef over a long period of time. This observation system is used by the Fish and Environment Association of Mecklenburg-Vorpommern to conduct comprehensive archaeological investigations in order to analyze the undisturbed behavior of fish in relation to the shape and size of the artificial habitats. Together with the underwater observation activities, fishery biological and fishing technical investigations are conducted. This includes monthly fishing activities, the marking of useful fish species, and the development of selective and careful fishing methods at the structures created. An important result of the project is that large numbers of young and small fish are found immediately at the structures, which presupposes ample amounts of food organisms. Investigations of cod stomachs have shown that approximately 75% of the invertebrate species found at the structures are directly taken in by fish as food. And the large variety of marine growth also feeds the fish of cod group indirectly via two-spotted goby and gold-cinny wrasse. The investigations into marine growth are performed by the Institute of Applied Biology and Landscape Planning, Bioplan GmbH. The colonization of algae, balanites, mussels and other invertebrates on the initially naked structural elements has been continuously studied and documented by means of photographs, videotape recordings and scrape-off samples. Test plates of various materials are exposed on a special deposit rack and can be removed by divers after different periods of time. The lab evaluation provides results with regard to the species existing, their principal colonization times, and the development of the marine growth as a whole. Initially, the population were mainly formed by balanites and polychaetes, and later on by the blue mussel, Mytilus edulis. Species-rich populations including Antromostracans, blue mussels and hydroid polyps are developing between the calcareous housing and shells. The colonization of algae on the different reef structures, their function in the ecosystem and their potential economic benefit are studied by the working group Ecology of Rostock University. Another important subject of these investigations is the construction and optimization of open and closed aquaculture systems for growing economically useful algae. In cooperation with the Pharmaceutical Institute of the Christian Albrechts University in Kiel, the contents of potentially useful algae are isolated and examined as to their pharmaceutical effects. In addition to the scientific investigations, employees of the Agricultural Consulting Office (LMS) are studying the tourist utilization of the artificial structures by anglers and sport divers. The response to polls shows that there is a major interest in this project. The investigations conducted up to this point of time show that artificial underwater habitats are particularly suitable for protecting young cod and other small fish against predators, and that they can be used as local marine protected areas. The extremely species-rich animal and plant populations in and at the structures, the possible economic use of the red algae stock, as well as the appeal to anglers and divers lead to the conclusion that it will be possible in future to protect fish species and other populations in accordance with the interest of the economy and the tourist industry.